Hi everyone, this video is regarding arithmetic progression. Some of you have already discussed this through exercises, but some others have asked me to deal with the theory behind it. So those who missed the theory, here we go. Before we start the actual discussion of arithmetic progression, you should know something called as sequence. What is a sequence? A sequence is when numbers are written in an order, in any particular order. The order is not pre-mentioned. The order may change from one sequence to another sequence. I'll write few examples to check whether the numbers are in sequence or not. They're quite easy to understand. Let's see. Here you see some numbers on the board, and if you can guess what comes in the blanks next, if you can, that means we are talking about a sequence. Can you guess the next numbers? See, before you always continue for the answer, have a practice of pausing the video, guessing the numbers, probably write it down somewhere, and then continue the video to check whether the answer matches or not. By doing that, the video will become a little more interactive. Okay, so I hope you have paused here and you have identified the answer. Okay, these are some basics, right? So the answers are 5 and 6. Did you guess that right? Good. Now, let me give you next example. So here again we have a number of digits written there. There is a connection between each number. If you can understand the connection, you will be able to fill the blanks. I leave the board to you. Now, fill it up. Fine. Those who have done already, let's check. The answers are... Don't get the wrong idea that every time the answers must be 6 and 5. No. In this certain case, we have used 5 and 6 and 6 and 5. But there may be other answers also. Let's try. If you got my vibe, you can guess the next two numbers. Can you guess what comes in the blank? The numbers are -1, -11, -111. Yes, you guessed it right. The next numbers are -1111 and the next one -11,111 and so on. Few more examples we will do till you get a hang of it. Few more examples. I want you to try this. Once you try, please pause the video and find out the answers, and then we will discuss whether the answers match or not. They are quite easy. You can see a pattern there. There is an order there. Can you guess the blanks? Okay. I hope you have paused the video and done with the exercise now, and let's come back to check the answers. Here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, that's how the mind goes. But you have to concentrate. There is a change in sign alternatively. So, first is a positive, second is a negative, a positive, a negative, a positive. Obviously, next one should be negative. So, here we go. The next one is minus. But this is 40, 50, 60. And next one is 70. But with a positive sign. So, the next number, you may again guess, is -80, +90, and it goes on. What about the next one? Observe. We got here 0.5, 0.05, 0.005. Very obvious. Next is 0.0005. There are 3 zeros there after the decimal, and next one will be obviously 4 zeros there. So that is 0.00005. So on. Easy to guess, isn't it? Next number. Maybe a little bit of difficult, but still you can do it. 2 upon 3, 3 upon 4. You can see the number gets repeated. There's a pattern there. 4 upon 5 starts with 4, increment by one number. Then 5 upon 6. What are the next two numbers? 6 upon 7 and 7 upon 8 and continues. Coming to the last one. Bit difficulty level increases from here. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Yes, you guessed right. They are getting multiplied by 2 or they are doubling. So, double of 2 is 4, double of 4 is 8, double of 8 is 16, double of 16 is 32, double of 32 or 32 into 2 is equal to 64. 64 twice is 128 and so on. Good. One more set of numbers I am giving here. You can observe. Pause the video and then try to find out the next two answers here. So I hope you have guessed. Yes, they are special numbers. They are not so easy to identify, but those who are good with numbers, you know them. That's 1 square. 4 is nothing but 2 square. They are perfect squares. So 9 is nothing but 3 square, 4 square, 5 square. You know what the next numbers are. 6 square and 7 square. So what is 6 square? 6 square is 36. 7 squared is nothing but 49. So here you go. Next. I hope you have guessed those. If you have guessed these, then surely you get these also. These are perfect squares, whereas these are perfect cubes. Okay. So 1 is nothing but 1 cube. 8 is 2 cube. 27 is 3 cube. 64 is 4 cube. Obviously next is 5 cube, which is 125, and next comes 6 cube, which is 216. This might be a little confusing because 1, 3, 9, 27. If you can guess these two, probably this is very near and easy for you. Okay, let me write it in another form. 1 can be written as 3 to the power 0. 3 is nothing but 3 to the power 1. 9 is nothing but 3 squared. 27 is nothing but 3 cubed. Now you can guess the next two numbers. That is 3 raised to the power 4 and 3 raised to the power 5. Which is 3 raised to the power 4 is 81. That is 3 raised to the power 4. Then comes 3 raised to the power 5, which is 81 into 3. 243. There you go. The last one, very easy. Very easy. That's multiples of 5 there. So the next two multiples of 5 you know, that is 25 and 30. Only thing you have to see is alternatively there is a negative sign. Minus, plus, minus, plus. This must be minus. So minus 25 and there is plus. Quite a lot of examples you can discuss here. I have just taken a lot of patterns available in mathematics and some of them are time consuming to guess. But once you are good with numbers, you can guess all of them. But what is the specialty here? Here we see an order in things. Sometimes decreasing, sometimes increasing, sometimes twice and thrice, sometimes multiples of a number, sometimes powers of number, and there is some pattern. Whenever there is a pattern or an order in the numbers, we say those numbers are in sequence. So these are examples for numbers in sequence. Now, in sequences, we will talk about a certain kind of sequence that is called as arithmetic progression, which is of course a sequence, but it has its own special qualities. Let us see what it is. So now we will continue with the strictly arithmetic progression. This is one among the examples that we already have done. Let us have few more to observe. If you carefully look at these examples, what you will find is, of course, there is a sequence here. You will find a pattern. Yes. Furthermore, if you look at the difference between any two consecutive terms in a given sequence, consecutive means next to each other. So, if you take any next to each other terms and see the difference, you will find it is always constant. Let us see 2 and 1. How much difference is there? There is a difference of 1. 3 and 2, there is a difference of 1. 4 and 3, there is a difference of 1. 5 and 4, there is a difference of 1. So, if there is a constant number that is in either increasing or decreasing order, if that difference is constant, we say it is an arithmetic progression. Similarly, the second one, 2, 4, difference is 2. 6 and 4, difference is 2. 8 and 6, difference is 2. 10 and 8, difference is 2. So, the difference is constant. It is 2. We call that difference as common difference. And since it has a common difference, this sequence can be called as arithmetic progression. Can we call the third one as an arithmetic progression? Let us see. The difference between -5 and -10. It's 5, a difference of 5. But we always see that if it is decreasing order or a descending order, we say the difference is negative. So in this case, we will say the difference is -5. Let us see once more. In this previous example, it was increasing order. So the difference, whatever you get, we will say it is positive. And here, since it is decreasing, we will say it is negative. So -5 is the common difference. Please check once more. The difference between these two, -5. 5 is the difference and decreasing, so -5. Here, again difference is 5 but decreasing, so -5. -10 is the smaller value compared to -5. With the negative sign, it is the other way around. If it was positive, we would say 10 is bigger than 5. But negative sign implicates the reverse of that. -10 is smaller than -5. So this is decreasing. Let's come to the last example. 0.1, 0.3, difference is 0.2. 0.3, 0.5, the difference is 2. 0.5, 0.7, the difference is 2. Since it's increasing, it's positive and there is a constant difference. We call it as common difference. And it is denoted by the symbol D. Common difference is denoted by the letter D. And the definition of arithmetic progression and some examples I am going to show in front of you. I'll insert a slide here right now. You can look at the definition. So you saw the slide, okay? What did we see? There is a definition there. So arithmetic progression, how do you build a progression? How do you construct it? Okay, you can do that by first taking a number, a constant number, any constant number you take, and then what you do is go on adding a fixed number to this constant. Example, in all these instances you saw, there was first one number. That first number will take as a constant number. Any arbitrary value can be taken there. For that number, we will add a fixed digit. In the first example, you saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, what is the first number? I take a first number as 1. Done. Then add a constant number of 1 again. So 1 is added to 1, we get 2. 2 is added to 1, we get 3. 3 is added to 1 again, you get 4. So constantly you are adding a fixed number. That fixed number is called common difference. And the whole set of numbers that you get, the sequence, is called arithmetic progression. So the definition says, by adding a fixed number to the previous or preceding, the preceding means the previous number, we get the next number or the succeeding number. So if I ask you, how do you get the fifth term? You can directly tell me, take the previous number, that is the fourth term, and then add the common difference D to it. What do you get? Fifth term. How do you get the 10th term? Grab the 9th term, add the fixed difference D. You will get the 10th term. Similarly, how do you get a 100th term? Take 99th term, add D, you will get a 100th term. Now you may be wondering, how do I get the 99th? Simple, take the 98th term, add D. How do I get the 98th? The thing continues, the whole phenomena continues. This process, if we go on, we get to write one arithmetic progression. And there are two kinds of arithmetic progression. They are finite and infinite. The finite ones have the last digit or the last number where you know where it ends. So suppose if I say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and that's it. I end at 10. So now this is a finite arithmetic progression. Why is it finite? Because you know the last term where it ends with this 10. Whereas when I give you the first example of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on, I put 3 dots and say they continue. There we do not end the arithmetic progression. We do not end it. That is an example for infinite arithmetic progression.